Ray, Columbus has dropped, I think, 5 in a row now, and Torts' name is popping up in not the usual soundbite Torts way that we're used to. Do you think this kind of tests Columbus's loyalty to Torts here as the coach, or is this an easy way to say, you know what, there's been 100 benchings, there's been guys wanting out, nobody wants to stay here. Is this an easy way out for us to just separate from Torts and say, this is the expiry date on you, we're going to move away from you?
That's the danger, isn't it? I think the danger is that everyone's worn out. That they're like, that's all. And but I can't imagine, like in Montreal, I can't imagine they're going to hire somebody that's not coaching now to bring them in. Like, it's not like they have like the most enormous deep pockets of all time. If they decide we're worn out, we're tired, it's enough, I think they elevate Brad Shaw, who's been a long-time assistant coach, to be the head coach. I can't imagine them bringing in a new coach at this point. I can't imagine anybody doing that.
No, me neither. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, unless there's someone in your market, like I guess a Canadian team maybe could have done that. Like Montreal makes it more complicated because you have to be bilingual. But,
right.
Let's say another Canadian team let go of their coach, like Bruce Boudreau is up here in Toronto. Bruce wouldn't have to quarantine or anything. Like, that's a guy maybe you could bring in. But I'm with you. I mean, it's very difficult to see it happening. And it will be – like the Tortorella case study in Columbus is a fascinating one because they're not talented, yet they've been consistently competitive. Like last year, I thought he did a remarkable job.
They worked their way into a playoff position every time.
Exactly. So –
Well, see, but I think one thing to remember with Torts, and I'll be, whatever, honest or whatever. I'm a Torts fan. I like him a lot. I worked with him a bit, and I've gotten to know him a little bit, and I really like him. But the narrative that we have about him in the media, and what we all talk about, and what we see when he snaps and won't do it at the press conferences, we don't seem to hear that from his players. Like, even when they leave, they seem to like him.
Right. Yeah.
So it's there's always this outrage about this guy is that and this guy is that. How would people know? They're never there. We're not there. We can't even get in the rink to see or to ask somebody. It seems like they play their asses off for him. But, you might be right that maybe it's just enough. Maybe they're like, you know what, Uncle.
Yeah, we were looking for this and we got it.
Play for, right? He's not an easy guy to play for. We can see that.
I think he'd be a guy that would get back in the game pretty quickly, though, if he wanted to. He's not new school in any capacity. Like, everything he does is old school, and he drives you and he pushes you.
There'd be eye rolling, Brian. Don't kid yourself. You get these guys nowadays that are used to being coddled and the entitlement, and they catch whisper that Torts is showing up on the scene. There'll be a lot of eye rolling, saying, "Oh God."
That's exactly where it show up. There was probably too much eye rolling when they were losing games.
I agree. That's a great point by you, Brian.
Thank you, Jeff.